Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be taking this 2026 RSV4 straight from the showroom floor and getting it ready for its first track day. The first track day for this bike is going to be this weekend, so we figured that we needed to address a couple of items. First, we're going to be talking about some protection pieces, quick access to the gas cap, and then also a little bit of grip for the rider as they're riding around track. So come along with us. We're going to install these things real quick and have this bike ready for the racetrack this weekend. We've got a couple of protection pieces from Evotech Performance here. The most simple of which is going to be a simple axle slider. And basically what this is going to do, it's going to protect the lower extremities of your motorcycle in the event of a tip-off. They also feature a nice piece of Delrin that is replaceable. So if you do have a tip-off, you can simply just replace that piece of Delrin and it's like new. Next, we're going to have a radiator and oil cooler guard, and basically what this is going to do is protect the radiator and oil cooler because there is the off chance that you do have a small rock strike or something like that that can genuinely shut you down for the rest of the day. So making sure that you have those pieces protected is going to be paramount. Next, we've got a complement of parts from Bonamici Racing that are going to make our day at the track just a little bit nicer. First, we've got a tank cap that is a quick release version, and basically what that's going to allow us to do is, without the key, get into the fuel tank so we can get refueled trackside without having to mess with the key and all of that. Next, we've got the Swingarm spools, which are going to give us a lift point so that we can get our tire warmers on and off of the rear tire. Very nice and easy. And then lastly, we've got a brake lever guard, which is going to protect that front brake in the event of any kind of traffic or anything like that. We also have some tank grips, which are not only going to provide a little bit of protection to the paint on the tank, but it's also going to give us a nice high friction zone, so we have a little bit more control over the bike as we lock in to move around the racetrack. Because obviously, as we're moving around the bike, if you have any slippery zones on the bike, you can't really get locked in and have a lot of control over the bike. So we do have two options. We've got the tech spec that is just straight black, and then we also have the stomp grip, which is a clear. And I think because of this really nice Stingray blue from the Aprilia RSV4, I think we're going to do the clear so that we're able to show off that. As you can see, I already dropped the mirrors from this bike. We did use a previous generation mirror block off that does fit as far as the spacing goes. The styling is not quite there because we have a new fascia here, but hopefully we'll see a couple of new options here shortly. As far as the axle sliders go, it's a very simple operation. Just slides in right like that, and then thread on the nylock nut. And you have protection for both the front and rear. Now the RSV4 did come from the dealership with a lifting point here, but I think we're going to do something a little bit nicer and substitute out this three-piece Bonamici spool kit that offers a little bit more protection, but also the ability to replace pieces. Don't forget your Loctite. And one nice feature about the three-piece kit here is they do rotate so that you don't have any friction as you're lifting the bike up on the lift. And sometimes swing arm spools end up being a slider as well. Now at the racetrack, you're going to need fuel. So instead of having to use the key every time, like that, and then you've got the fuel cap still in the way, we're going to be using the Bonamici quick turn fuel cap, and basically that's going to give you access to the fuel tank with a simple quick turn, quarter turn from this cap, and will give you instant access so that you can refuel easily. A little bit of assembly grease is going to keep these bolts from falling. Much better. Now let's address the brake lever guard. So these bar end weights are just threaded on here. So some bikes have a threaded bar and some bikes are non-threaded, which you can use just a standard LP22, but obviously this one has some threads. The adapter is going to be just an insert that goes in. Get you some Loctite on there. And then the lever guard itself simply threads into that insert. Once you get it close to tight, bring it up to protect that lever. And there you go. And lastly, make sure that the lever guard does not interfere with your throttle and returns smoothly. Make sure you prep your surface so you get nice adhesion. And then it just goes on like a sticker. So nothing to it. The tank grips are going to allow you to lock in when you're hanging off the bike, going either left or right. So case in point, we have a brand new motorcycle with almost no miles on it, and we already have some damage to the radiator. So a radiator guard is going to be key when you're riding a motorcycle on the street or the track, whatever. And there you go. With just a couple of parts from Motovation USA, you can go straight from the showroom to your first track day and be completely protected.